So camera positioning yet to be reviewed, but it's all on, it's all in. My whelmed is under, not over. That's all I'm saying. Hello, do you like the camera? Ooh, you don't like it. Maybe you don't like it. Say hello to Lottie, my latest boss. She's not had a very good start to life, but we hope to change that. There's rain in that there sky. Good morning, Codge Biker here, in my waterproof jacket. And this is my first ride out with the new Vantrue F1 Dashcam, front and back. Yes, I'm late to the party on it. Had a bit of a scare a couple of weeks back and decided that it might have been useful to have had permanent recording rather than turning the camera on and off to save battery, so it's on the bike. This is Dungeon Lane. I pass it often. Made famous recently by Paul McCartney, and people keep robbing the sign. Fans, presumably. So to fit it to the bike, there's only one issue for me, and that was to get under this big tank to get the front camera in. Now the camera lead is very, very thin, so the wire itself not an issue, but on either end of the lead is quite a big plug. So I debated cutting the lead and then resoldering it, but as it's a coaxial cable with screening and I believe critical impedance issues, or at least that's what Vantrue would have you believe, I decided not to do that, and in the end, using the old faithful giant zip tie, as you Americans call them, cable ties we call them over here, I did manage to find a route which was the same route that I used for the very thin wire that powers my two front spots. It's not perfect, I'm going to modify a little bit just to tidy it up, but it's on. And I managed to get that, there's loads of cable, get that cable to reach to the back of my bike, where luckily I have a carrier that flips up with a storage space underneath, so I've located it inside there. Need to tidy that up. If you were fitting it to the Desertx standard, I don't know whether it would go under the passenger seat or not. It's quite bulky, particularly the remote control unit, which when I tested it, it'll work without, so you don't actually need that. The remote control unit has three functions. It's the speaker, which is very loud to let you know that it's gone on and off.
Start video recording.
It's the microphone to pick up audio, which you don't really need. But it's also the GPS antenna. Now, I'm not one really for wanting to record GPS data with my ride. Oh look, welcome to Britain. Because you don't want to self-incriminate, we all make mistakes. So I think I've turned that off. If I haven't, I'll turn it off again. Looks like there is a facility to do that. So I managed to fit the front camera eventually. I tried the mount that came with it, but I wasn't really very convinced that it would clear the front mudguard. This has got quite a lot of suspension travel, it being a sort of giant dirt bike. I could see it getting smashed if I had to brake hard or did some jumps or something. 160mm, which does happen from time to time. So in the end I cable tied it to the crash bars. It does come with some self-adhesive strips, so I unpeeled that and put them on as well, so it's kind of, it's on there.
$190.
Now it's all in position, I can always review it later on. The rear camera, I'm still debating. For the time being, I've cable tied it to the number plate light, which doesn't seem to affect the light. I'm not sure how strong it is, that's all. I don't want to catch it and break the number plate light off. I could easily fit it to my carrier, but then my carrier folds back and I just know I'd forget and smash the camera off. So, cable tied onto the back light for now. Feeds through into here. Feed from the front camera through here. Unit. I've got to get this power under there to the battery. So, camera positioning yet to be reviewed, but it's all on, it's all in. Here's a few notes from the installation. So, use the positive feed from the tin socket to the camera. Camera's connected to negative and positive. There's a fuse. Don't worry about the other wires there for something else. Okay, now I'm out here. One thing I've noticed is the app only works when the bike is on, which is a bit of a nuisance because it means you've got to turn your bike on to access it. I also put on the collision detection, which means every time I move the bike now she starts shouting. So I'll probably turn that off. So whether I'm actually recording at the moment or not, I don't know. We shall see on the return home. It's all a learning process. You might be saying, why didn't you get one of those ones with the sat nav? Well, I've already got a sat nav. I prefer a dedicated sat nav. So, although it would be nice to have that rear view mirror, but I quite like having a sat nav that I can put in my DVX files and things if I want to. So. This one had good reviews, albeit it's a couple of years old. It's not the latest. We'll see how it goes. But let's just have a listen to Sandra, as I call her. She's in charge of the camera system. Come on, Sandra, let's have a listen. Listen to this.
Dashcam will soon enter the parking monitoring.
Entered the parking. I'm going to turn that off. It's annoying. It's just started raining. Anyway, just pulled over, had a nice chat. Somebody I just met, similar age to me. Anyway, I was looking at the bike. Hopefully it's just said video recording and Wi-Fi on. But I'm hoping that doesn't mean that it's connecting to my phone and disconnected the cameras. Don't quite know how it works, I'm sure it's fine. So, hopefully we're now recording. So that was me at the lights. Looks like more development, more houses. So, the camera are on front and back. I'm not quite sure that I've set them up correctly. I don't know whether there's GPS data on there. I'm hoping it's only the time, not the speed, in which case I'll have to go back into the app. But hopefully I'll never need it.
Start video recording. Wi-Fi on.
Yes, I'm spoiled because I've got so many high quality stabilised adventure cameras, but I was expecting a little bit more from this system. Okay, it's not my only system. I generally have other cameras on, and this is just for a backup, so I'll have to do. But can I recommend it? No. I'd go for a stabilised system. I'm being honest. Oh, and as for AI, when I went back and told it that it got it wrong, it changed its tune. Here's what it said. So hopefully it's learned something, and so have I. So, that's the Vantrue F1. Not the latest and greatest, but it is 4K at the front, it claims, although 4K isn't always 4K. And we'll see how it goes. Codge Biker is out.